I awoke in the back of my Land Cruiser, having camped the night in a wooded glade. I'm located in the far northwest of Spain, in the wild and rugged province of Galicia. Now well into my 4th month of living on the road full time, I'm headed south on a 4-wheel drive tracks only attempt to circumnavigate the Iberian Peninsula. I took a quick shower off the side of the vehicle as I prepared to hit the road and made some breakfast to get the day started. So today's breakfast is a bit on the weirder side because it's the bolognese that I had last night. This will be the second time that I reheated this, so if I don't eat it today I'm gonna have to throw it. So I thought, well, I'm just gonna have it for breakfast. Alright, so it's time to leave this awesome little spot. I ended up spending more time than I should have here because, as you can see, it's just so beautiful. Now we're gonna head off onto the trail. The trail actually terminates down that way. So we're gonna be going down here. As you can see, that's gonna be our route for the day. I pulled out of the glade and out towards the trail, ready to tackle another day of 4-wheel drive tracks on a multi-month, 7,000-mile expedition. This is the Iberian Trail, a 7,000-mile attempt to circumnavigate the Iberian Peninsula using only unpaved roads and off-road tracks. No highways, no shortcuts, and no easy way out. When I set out to do this, I thought I knew what I was getting into, but the reality is, I didn't. What I expected to be tough turned out to be relentless. Breakdowns, recoveries, storms, dead ends, and long days fighting through places that most people never see. I thought I'd be finished by now. Instead, I'm heading into my 4th month on the road, having had to leave Europe to avoid overstaying my visa, but now I'm back. There have been many moments where I've seriously questioned whether this is even possible, but every time it tries to stop me, I just keep going. This is not a highlight reel, it's the reality of a long-distance off-road expedition that has morphed into a brutal battle to finish what I started. This is the Iberian Trail, 7,000 miles off-road alone, through some of Europe's last untamed places. Wow. This is an example of if you just kind of take a random dirt track in Spain, it can take you to some of the most spectacular places. I've just climbed right up the side of a hill here and it spat me out onto like a maintenance track for these power lines here. But look at the views. Okay, so I need to just kind of stop and take stock of exactly where I am. I've been going off piste so much in the last kind of couple of hours that I'm honestly... I'm not sure exactly where I am, and I'm pretty sure, yet again, I've made very little linear progress. God, I set myself this target to reach Portugal by this time next weekend, so 7 days. I thought, oh, that's well achievable, easy, no problem. I've now been traveling for 2 days, and I think linear progress, I've probably made about 20 kilometers worth of progress. To Portugal, it's about 200 Ks. Just like, my God, these roads are just, oh man, it takes a bloody long time, that's for sure. Driving exclusively tracks and trails is turning out to be a Herculean effort, and thanks to the winding, serpentine nature of these trails, linear progress is often measured in frustratingly low numbers. Whoa, okay. Just went right into a ditch on that side. Fucking hell. Interesting, okay. Drop some air out. Drop it into 4. Jesus. Whoa. God, I'm well stuck in there. Holy shit. Man, I'm gonna have to drop into low for this one. Oh. Man, just goes to show how quickly that can kind of go south, you know? Damn, this is a well overgrown track and there's just like waist-high plants and brush and stuff on both sides. I'm climbing up into a wild area of forestry land, into the mountains that tower above Galicia's coast. This is a vast network of rarely used forestry tracks and trails, and the drive in is steep and often challenging in places. Wow. I'm hoping that I can get up this. Holy shit. Wow. That is a good bit of four-wheel drive, that one. So much fun. I love those challenging moments where you're like, oh shit, can I actually get up here, you know? Good old cruiser power again. I diverted into a little mountain valley village to stock up on some fresh bread and vegetables before heading back to where I'd left the trail. To see these things here, I think they're called oreos. It's so cool to see the architecture of these change as I head further west. So you might remember in my videos from Asturias, there was those things, but they're always made out of wood. They had like a stone base. They're for keeping your produce, like you know, vegetables and such, like away from rodents and other things that are going to eat it. Obviously it's kind of like a superfluous thing now, but back in the day that's what they were used for. Back on the trail, I'm gaining altitude again, heading higher and higher up the mountainside, trying to make some progress as I head southwest through Galicia. Wow. So we've got 4 options on this trail now, and I've kind of lost my mapping. Let's see where we are exactly here as well. This is so cool. I'm guessing that he wants to go up there, but yeah, we're kind of like lost the satellite positioning. Probably have to give that a minute. Look where we are. So this is all Spain and Portugal, and I'm right at the very far western tip. So this is the objective here today, the green pin. This is Fisterra, or close to Fisterra. Dude, this is like a network of trails that must spread for miles right across this mountainside. There are hundreds of trails and hundreds of options. It's just so cool. It makes me think, like, you could spend days exploring this up here, honestly. Oh my god, dude, look at this up ahead. The sea. How sick is this? No way. Wow. Okay, this is a bit of low range. So I'll drop that into low 4. Let it pick its way down. God, this is an amazing place, dude. Oh, no way, brother. What a place, dude. Look at that up ahead, this peninsula of headland jutting out into the sea right there. Okay, second gear low. Now I think it's fine. Dude, look at this, man. My god, like, what the hell? Wide, white sandy trails all along the coast of Galicia in Spain, the most extreme western and northern part of the country. And this is the dream, dude. The freaking beach over there, azure water, oh my god. Man, old dry stone wall here, marking a boundary that's long since become dilapidated. As the day rolls on, the landscapes are changing. From picturesque coastal trails to farmland, old infrastructure tracks and gravel paths that link tiny remote villages. This is long-term overlanding through some of the most remote parts of the Iberian Peninsula. No way, brother. I nosed the cruiser into a network of extremely rugged and old drovers trails right on the coast. This is the kind of trails that I could only have dreamed about existing when I was first planning this expedition. Extremely remote locations only accessible via 4x4, with absolutely spectacular views of the coast. Westwards from here, there's nothing but open ocean between the Iberian Peninsula and the east coast of the USA. Spectacular though it might be, I'm beginning to realise why these tracks are so rarely used. These trails are not really built for wide camper builds. Fucking hell, bro. It's too tight for this car, man. Oh, I basically just went up ahead there to scout because it's so narrow. Man, it's frighteningly narrow, honestly. Not good fun. Guess we're in it now. I continued forcing the cruiser down these old drovers trails, adding many a new pinstripe to the sides as I go. Both wing mirrors like totally out. This bad boy here. I have to put all over this. Unreal scenery, man. Galicia is part of the North Atlantic belt known as Green Spain, and parts of it are strikingly reminiscent of my home county of Cumbria in the UK. Wow. Okay, that was a brutal four-wheel drive track. I just want to check around the vehicle to make sure everything's kind of okay. That took a bit of a smack. Saw it in my mirror. There was another couple of bangs that I heard. Oh yeah. Okay, so that's the next battle scar. Interesting. Not so bad really, all things considered. I've smushed my exhaust in a bit more, which we'll probably dealt with actually. But that's not so bad, all things considered. Obviously the mirror, I need to do something with that. Yeah, all things considered, how tight that was, how extreme the four-wheel driving was there, wasn't that bad. This is what we do it for, I guess, eh? Alright, so I've just paused here to catch my breath for a minute. It's beautiful kind of glade in this piece of forestry land. So we're heading south and west. It's already getting late in the day. It's 6 o'clock right now, but there are two things that I need to do. One of them is the Cementerio de los Ingleses. It's apparently where a British ship was wrecked on one of the extreme points of Galicia back in the 1800s, and so they made like a whole cemetery for all these English sailors who lost their lives off the coast. So it's in one of the most extreme points of Galicia. Gonna have to do some four-wheel driving to get there basically and go visit the cemetery. There's the shipwreck, I think, is just off the coast as well. I don't know if it's still visible. I know very little about the incident, but I'll get there and kind of learn a little bit about it. The place where I want to camp tonight is called Finisterre, or Finisterre, and it's literally, in Latin, it means the end of the world. So this is one of the most extreme points west of the Iberian Peninsula, and it's where the Romans believed that the world ended. In Latin, it literally means the end of the world. Finisterre, like the end of Earth, which is very, very cool. So this is one of the most extreme points of the Iberian Peninsula, and it's something that I plotted when I first started plotting out this trip, years ago now. So yeah, we're gonna hopefully reach there tonight, 6 o'clock. It is summer, so we've probably got another 2.5 hours worth of light, so we're gonna have to see if we can make the cemetery and the end of the earth today. Let's do it. Right, so let's get us started up. Continue on this trail.